y'all? It's Michael Israel coming on here. Be talking about some of these current events going on. Um, we're gonna talk a little about this whole P Diddy situation going on. All the way up until I would say maybe about 2 or 3 days ago, I really hadn't looked into it. I, I really, I'd see headlines for it, for that whole situation with him, but I really didn't look into it because I didn't care too much. But as it began getting bigger and bigger, um, I began to look into it, and that, like I said, that's over the last 3 days. I started looking into this whole thing, and man, to say it's disturbing is an understatement. Um, and the reason I looked into it is because the scope of this thing is really beginning to come to light, and literally, uh, I think they said they got like a list of like 200 A-list actors. I know that I watched somebody read off a list of like 70 A-list actors, but they said it's like 200 or more people, and it's like a who's who of popular people in the music industry and in Hollywood that are like deeply into these freak show parties or whatever he got going. So some ones that caught my attention were Nas, Jay Z, Oprah. Some people that's not a surprise. Justin Bieber. Uh, you know, um, they were saying Leonardo DiCaprio. He's been involved with Diddy parties for years and years. Um, and the crazy thing is, this dude recorded everything. Um, that's one of the, all the crazy stuff that people were doing in the parties. And like I said, that stuff is beginning to come out. There's actually a woman who gave her testimony um, on, she gave her testimony of being there as a teenager. Okay. Um, and she was saying and for those of y'all coming in, we talk about these Diddy parties and all that crap. But anyway, she was saying, like, basically they would have her on a table with food around her or something. She was underage. There were a bunch of other underage girls. The crazy thing is, they got them from the DCF, from the homeless child or whatever, parentless child service. That's how they got them. So it's on that level. And she went on to say some of the stuff that happened. It was crazy, man. And she was like, when the crazy part of the party would start, where all the freaky stuff would happen, she said like the music would stop and people would be in a frenzy. And she described it as a demonic frenzy. And then she went on to say the stuff that would happen, and these parties would go on for days. And they would they would have a drug there. The drug they use is pink cocaine. It's a gay drug. It's a drug that they use in a homosexual community. And they were saying it's like ketamine, cocaine, and like uh, ketamine is special K, cocaine, and some other drug. And like one of them keeps you high, the other one keeps you numb so that you don't, like, you could do all the freaky stuff you want and not feel pain or whatever. And then the other one keeps, you aroused. And they would do these parties would go for days. Um, so crazy, man. And it's just, yeah, you can't make it up, and it's demonic. And when you look at what it is, when you really, because some of the stuff I was listening to how some of the things Puff would say to people, and it's straight demonic. Like he's a wizard, okay? And he's using sorcery. Drugs are sorcery, and sex magic, sex spells, and stuff. And just listening to some people out there, be like, "Yeah, I did this," and then because some of the people were almost forced and coerced into it, and they're never the same again. Mind blown. You know what I'm saying? Full of demons. They don't know what's happening. They just think it traumatized them, but they don't realize they are full of demons. And this dude is doing a ritual to control people. He's using satanic and demonic magic to control people. Um, you know what I'm saying? So hold on one sec. Okay. So yeah, so he's using uh okay, hold on y'all. Okay. Oh. Okay, but yeah, so he's using these uh you know he's using sorcery, and he's using witchcraft and stuff like that to just basically fill people's mind with demons. And you blast somebody's mind with these drugs, and then with that type of lewd debauchery that they were doing there, you guaranteed a demonic possession after that. um and like I said, this girl who was there, she said, man, she all jacked up, from it. And it's just the amount of people involved. So what he did at all these parties, he recorded everything, everyone. And when you think about it, it was a way to get power if he needed. You know what I'm saying? If somebody was denying him, he was like, "Hey, I got this tape of you." Boom. And now words coming out, Donald Trump was there. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he recorded everything. And when they raided his mansion in um, they raided two of his mansions, but I think they raided one in California, and they said they recovered like 2,000 tapes, and they said it's like a who's who of all the big name people in Hollywood doing stuff, illegal stuff. There's underage children there. All this stuff, man, is crazy. So they're saying they could take down uh, Hollywood with this thing. And I haven't got all the details of exactly what's like, how they're going about this, or what they're going to do, or how this is going to play out. But um, they a lot of people are saying you could guarantee that Puff Daddy is in there singing like the artist he is to the feds. He giving them anything they want. Um, you know, and man, like when you look at him, you can look in his eyes and see. You can see like, yo, this dude, something ain't right with this dude here. Like you could tell something way off. But yeah, man. And basically, what it was, and this other interesting thing, they say that house he had in California, whatever, wherever it was at, they say there is rumored to be connected to the Playboy Mansion by, by with tunnels, because there's tunnels all in the house, and man, it's all types of crazy stuff. So, um, but yeah, basically, a lot of people gonna get exposed. He went and read this list. If you go, you could like type in P Diddy reads list, and he's reading this list with a kid next to him of people that he said need to call him and support him, basically. And the undertone, the reason why people are saying is because he got dirt on these people. And he starts out, he names Oprah Winfrey in the list. I think he names Will Smith. Like it's just on and on. All these people that were rumored things going on with him, man. It's like now, because they see that he's going down, a lot of people are coming out with stuff now. And they said they launched a hotline, and like over 12,000 people called in with tips on him. So, and I'm gonna say, look, I'll say I don't. I think by and large he gonna get at. I don't know. He gonna do some time, but I think he gonna figure out a way to greatly reduce it. You know. So, but yeah, man, all them tapes he had, and I'm sure he used them for blackmail, but also he's like he's like he's lust, overtaken by lust, um, and like a flaming gaffer. Okay, flaming gaffer. So many dudes have been named as flaming gaffers. It's like I don't even want to listen to any '90s rap because it's like you come to find out all these dudes is out there, man. Um, the only dude who was 100 was it was DMX. You know what I'm saying? But you come to find out, man, like a lot of like yeah, Cuba Gooding Jr. You go on and on. These dudes is like freaks. And this one dude was saying how back in the back in the late '90s, early 2000s, he was saying how he went to a party that he was having in the Hamptons, and he was saying he went there, he got to the house, and he was chilling in the general area, and then he saw somebody he knew, and they got him into another area of the house because the house was sectioned off and things were a little wilder there. And then the dude took him to another area where P Diddy and all these other celebrities were at because it was a celebrity party. There were a couple celebrities in the main area, but then in the next area he went to, there were a few more there. But then when he went to the back area that where P Diddy was at, it was a ton of celebrities in there, and they sniffing cocaine and kissing on each other, man on man, woman, just crazy stuff going on there. Martha Stewart was in there doing lines of cocaine and all types of crazy stuff. And yeah, and he went on to tell a story of how at that party, P Diddy, he was like, man, he's like, I'm the man. he got in a circle of some of the people of a bunch of people that was there. He's like, man, I'm the man. Everybody wants what I got. I got the power. He's like, everybody wants what I got. Everybody, if they want to be famous, I can make them famous. And they'll do anything. And blah. He was just yelling all this stuff. And then he pointed to this dude who was there in the circle who wanted a record contract. And he told him to do a lewd act on another dude. And the dude went to go start doing it. And he's like, nah, man, I was just kidding, laugh. But the dude had went damn near so far to do it, he might as well did it. But that's how he be moving. That's Satan, man. Like that dude is demonically possessed and under the control of Satan's kingdom. because that's what Satan wants you to do. He wants you to debase and demoralize yourself. And if you do that, I'll give you everything. And people are doing it left and right. And these people know that. I saw something come out where is video out or pictures out showing him doing rituals on people. You know, got them kneeling on something. It looked like a pentagram or something. Man, these people, like, early on when I came, when the Most High opened my eyes up, he opened my eyes up through music, through watching music, through listening to, like, he showed me how, look, the whole music industry is controlled by Satan. And then I found out the movie industry controlled by Satan. Then I found out the so-called church controlled by Satan. Then I found out I was controlled by Satan. And then I repented. You know what I'm saying? But but the thing I found doing my research on the music industry way back then is that it the entertainment industry, period, or the government or whatever, you dig into it far enough, you see the exact same thing operating. You see people actively worshiping Satan. Like, if you, when you dig into it, you see it. Um, you look at that artist, Ice Spice. Like she's throwing up demonic signs all the time. Like any of these artists, you dig far enough, you find out they are serving Satan. And it's like, look at these dudes, man. Like, P Diddy is a drug addict. Like, straight up. Like, he is a drug addict. You know, just like a druggie on the street. That's him. You know? And that's the majority of these people in Hollywood. Why? Because they get all this stuff, they get the riches, they get the world, and they realize it ain't shit. They still ain't happy. They still miserable. You got this party, you out here on this island, or you're on this yacht, and you're miserable, and it ain't worth shit. It's all bullshit. And they see it. And what do they got to do? In order to get some sense of feeling or emotion, they got to go to these crazy ass parties, or they do drugs or whatever, because it's all bullshit. It's all a lie. Money ain't going to make you happy. It ain't going to make you content. You could have a little bit of money, but have a good spiritual relationship with Yah and with your brothers and sisters, and be totally content and fulfilled. And have a lot of people are living like that and have no idea how fulfilled and content they are until you begin to, if you're careful and you got wisdom and you're observative, you could peer into people's lives and look at what other people are dealing with, and you realize, man, you are content, blessed, and you have everything you need. And you ain't got all the money in the world, all the power in the world, all the recognition in the world. It don't take all that. That's book, that's Bible. But again, that whole industry is it's like a spiral down a toilet. And like, okay, they got to have a gatekeeper. And Puff Daddy became the gatekeeper for Hollywood and stuff like that, with these parties and industry parties to indoctrinate people, to make sure they can faithfully serve Satan. They got to get you, they got to debase you and get you to get on drugs and do crazy sexual stuff to demoralize you, to make sure you're going to be a loyal servant to Satan. And P Diddy became the gatekeeper for all that stuff. In the I guess after Epstein and some of these other, like Clive Davis, they talk about him. The what's the guy's name? The porn magazine dude for Playboy, Hugh Hefner. In the wake of him, he died, and P Diddy took it over, man. P Diddy party, man, get you out there, and They talk about, you go there and it's a regular party, and they warn people. They say, hey, at 12 it's going to change, so you better be up, be up out of here, because then Satan come up in this mug. You know what I'm saying? Fully. So, um, but it's crazy because I look like, excuse me, when the Most High opened my eyes, man, that's all I would study. I'd study all these artists, and I'd look into them, and like you dig, and you'd hear the same things rumored about them. You see them doing the same stuff. You know, I've talked to people who've been in Hollywood, who've been in movies in Hollywood. I've talked to people who uh, have been in the music industry, who've worked with Puff Daddy. Okay, and bear witness to, like, I remember one dude, Lorvins was telling me how he was in a studio and with P Diddy, and P Diddy came in and they got in the studio, all the girls stripped naked, and they was doing recording music, because that's just the environment he has to be in, because he's so full of lust. And yeah, and but yeah, man, it's like I was telling the brothers yesterday. I was like, man, now if I'm somewhere and I see an actor somewhere or some A-list celebrity or something, I'm like, oh, look, it's so and so. Come on, let's get the hell up out of here. We don't want to be around them and none of their demons, man. These people, like, you have no idea who these people are behind their mask. They can act so good. Like, it's like I said, like yesterday, found out Nas, he be in there. They say he be in there freaking out. Jay-Z be on some, and when I say be on this thing, that's the freaky parties, where it's men on men and men on women and women on women, and adults on children, and they talk about animals and all this other crazy stuff in these parties, and they all partake in that thing. And it look the lists, let's because the lists are coming, man. The list, like the FBI is getting ready to put the lists out, and they said it's gonna like crush Hollywood. Okay, and I mean this story is like, man, it's picking up steam. I mean, I'm sure y'all see it now all over the place. Uh, let's see, P Diddy. And I'm telling you, the names are coming up. Oprah Winfrey, that's a big name coming up. Um, Leonardo DiCaprio. Um, they said Usher back in the day, because he used to be a part of P Diddy's camp when he was young. Um, he was hospitalized because of, I guess, how hard he got ran up in by P Diddy. I'll just put it like that. Okay, to fix up whatever. Okay, like this dude, like y'all don't get it. Like this dude is a savage, like a animal. Okay, um, yeah. So Justin Bieber, Steve Harvey, um, what's the dude's name? TD Jakes. What's the other? What's the pat? They now they're saying the dude who stepped down. What's the dude's name who stepped down out there? Corey, what's that pastor's name who stepped down out there in Texas? Uh, but there's a pastor who stepped down out there. He's rumored to have been out there at the thing.
Tony Evans.
Tony Evans, yeah. See, and they got a thing here. Joe Rogan leaked the full list of celebrities caught in Diddy's freak-off parties. And it's 200 celebs leaked. And it's like, when you look at it, it's a who's who of Hollywood. Um, like I said, Oprah, Alicia Keys, Will Smith, um, you know, Austin, Alston Kutcher,
Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher. Um, yeah, you go on and on, and it's just yeah, man. So that dude, Fosworth Bentley, man, they say, man, he ran through that dude. Eventually, that dude ran off. They're saying he, like, at the parties, he would put that pink cocaine stuff in the drinks. And, like, one of the people who were there at the party said, yeah, a lot of people would just pass out and they be doing stuff to them, passed out. Like, anything goes. It's crazy, man. Um, yeah, it's bro. Can't make this stuff up. Jaden Smith. They say him and Will Smith ran through his own son. Bro, the stuff is so crazy. And like I said, everything has been recorded. Like this dude, like uh the dude who was saying he went to that party that was in the Hamptons, he said he heard Diddy talk. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, I've been recording, or I forget who it was, but the dude was saying, he said, yeah, I've been recording everything since the early 90s. Like I said, they busted that house that he lives at and got all the tapes. Oh, it's, yeah, man. Ellen DeGeneres. Yeah, they name it, bro. They naming all these people, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and then they're saying now the Jaguar Wright is saying this, but Jaguar Wright been talking about this for a while before it was even a small story. But Jaguar, she was calling him out and saying that this stuff is going on. Um, but she's saying Jay Z worse than him. Okay, so yeah, this is the early stages, man. And they said, like I said, they said there's some high level politicians that be there on tape. So it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge, man. And you're gonna all this is gonna show you is how truly wicked this this society is. Government, entertainment, all that, and overcome by what? What is Satan use? Sex, lust. Man, that's his main tool to just keep you debased and destroyed. Internet pornography. This dude was literally living internet pornography. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why he would record all those tapes, I'm sure, is to go look at them. You know? So, yeah, man. It's a lot. But it just shows all this shit is wicked. And it's like, it's to the point, with me where I'm at, like I'm so focused on trying to get land and come out from among them, live separate, live set apart, get our stuff together. And I'm so busy with all that bro, I really don't got time to get caught up in entertainment, Hollywood and all that. That and trying to keep your spirit right in the midst of all the evil that's going on that's going on. I mean, you don't got time to be caught up in Hollywood and movies and this, that, and other. There's plenty that needs to be done to move ahead and to come out of this system and be separate, set apart. Um, but yeah, these people, man. Let me see. Here goes something else. And they're saying LeBron James. They name a bunch of people. Howard Stern. And a lot of these people are quiet too. You won't hear them saying nothing about this whole situation. The people who were not there, they speaking. Like Cat Williams, he was going in, boy, about because they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil at his place. You know, so it's you can't make this stuff up, man. It's crazy. So, but we're gonna see the way this plays out. I know I heard somebody talking years ago. They were like, man, if you knew who was gay in this rap industry, it would make your head spin. Now, today, come to find out, like Buster Rhymes is like a flaming freak show, gayfer. You know, you literally find out all these dudes is gone. Mind blown. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I see a rap artist or some celebrity coming, I'm going the other way. I ain't. I don't even want to look at you. So, but yeah, that's that's what it is, man. So we gonna see. But yeah, these people are wicked, man. Don't get it twisted. A lot of these dudes, like they they mind is blown. Like their mind is gone. They are reprobate. That's the word, reprobate. Like gone, mind blown. Um, and when you really look into it, you begin listening to the lives of some of these celebrities. Is literally they're on drugs and they freak shows. The only thing they got is notoriety. They're miserable people. You know and that's why they do so much drugs. Like you find out, like anybody who's named at being up in these freak off parties, dude, they are drug addicts, you know. And people like Justin Bieber, they talking about how P Diddy turned him out and had custody of him for like 48 hours and all this crazy stuff. So yeah, so it's a big deal. So we're gonna see. Um, they're getting exposed. It's big. But anyway, y'all. With that said, I'll just come on and talk about that a little bit. Um, I'm gonna have you'll be hearing from me throughout this week. I got a couple lessons I'm gonna bring out, good ones on, you know, just dealing with your brothers and your sisters, basically. Uh, so yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna bring that out. But anyway, with that said, appreciate all y'all tuning in. I'm Michael Israel and shalom, shalom.